Hey, how's it going, everyone? We just got a ton of information about the global launch update, which should be coming within the next week or two. And there's a lot that's going to happen. New characters and sets are getting added, the AI is getting reworked, a lot of balance changes are coming, and a lot more. So let's break down some of the most important stuff that was mentioned in this post. So first of all, we're getting character sorting. That is fantastic. I've been looking forward to that for a while. Basically, we're going to be able to sort characters by their tags in the main hero screen, which will be great for focused farming. Like, for example, if you're going for Primo, you can just swap it to Castle and see exactly what units you have, at what star levels, and which ones you need to work on. It's really going to make farming more efficient, especially as they start to add more tags and more characters. I think right now we're right around, or I think right under 50 characters, but as we get near 100 or even maybe up to 200 one day, it's going to be great to be able to just sort that by a specific tag and not have to scroll and scroll and scroll just to find a certain character. One of my favorite changes listed here is that they will be increasing the gameplay speed. This might seem minor, but it's going to really help you not time out in arena battles. It's going to help those feel a lot quicker, and it's just going to make the overall gameplay experience much more enjoyable. I don't think they're going to be adding a ×4 speed. I think they're just increasing the overall speed. So when you're at 3x, it will be much faster. Like right here is some footage from an arena battle just slightly sped up, and it just looks a lot more fluid and seems like it would be much more enjoyable. The AI is also going to get a lot of improvements in this next update, which is going to make characters like Jester much more viable on defense. Characters will also not do things like an AoE ability when there's only one unit left, or a cleanse ability when no one has debuffs, just things that make it a lot smarter, and that's going to increase defensive capabilities of your team, and also it will make the battles a bit more intense on offense. Guild management is also coming, so we'll be able to see when a player was last online and kick them if you're the guild leader, and that'll help a lot. Just make sure you're keeping active players in your guild, so you'll be able to complete the guild achievements, which are going to be added soon as well. Doesn't sound like that's coming with the global launch update though, but I suspect within the next month or two we should see guild achievements. Grit is also going to get buffed, which is great. It'll just make that whole stat much more valuable. Grit down and skill up are going to be very important, as you're going to want to land certain abilities, and for example, like Redbeard's basic can be really crucial to land that disarmed and stop a character from doing one of their special abilities. Like if you land that on Lloyd, then he can't use his stealth ability, and if he's resisting that debuff, then you definitely want to get some skill up or grit down, and I think that's going to be pretty important. We're also getting a new thing called the Master Shop, where we will be able to spend our excess tiles for characters that we already have at 7 stars to get an exclusive character amongst other things. My guess is that Willa is going to be the first one in that store, since we know that she is getting added at global launch, but she isn't mentioned in any of these patch notes. That's just my guess. Also, they're going to be increasing the gold output with this update, and also giving us new achievements, which is great. It'll give us a way to get more tiles for Magisto, since currently he's stuck at 4 stars and he can't be used to unlock Officer Primo, since you need 5-star Castle. They only specifically mentioned 2 new achievements, but I hope they're adding more than that, because, I mean, that isn't a whole lot. They're also going to be adding this new daily goodie bag thing, which sounds like it'll give a bunch of character tiles. I'm not sure exactly how many. It sounds like it's more than 1, so if I had to guess, it's probably like a range. You have a chance to get like from 3 to 10 tiles, maybe? I don't know, that's a complete guess. But that could really help to speed up overall progression. The training missions are now going to be called challenges, which is a great change, and also free training is going to get a buff, and now there's going to be level 50 units at the end there, which will give us a great place to actually test out our different arena teams and different comps we want to try out without having to waste our arena battles or having to spend gems, on a refresh. 2 new characters are going to be coming very soon as unboxed events. There's Hank the Castaway and Scarlet the Buccaneer. These characters are both Buccaneer characters, which should synergize well with the new Forbidden Island set. The other Buccaneers we currently have in the game are Redbeard, Argenta, Cook Bart, and Darwin. Hank is going to be an attacker, so I suspect that he will probably replace Darwin, and Scarlet is going to be a tank, so she'll probably be a nice 5th. So based off of that, the team of 5 probably sounds like Redbeard, Scarlet, Hank, Argenta, and Cook Bart with the Forbidden Island set. That could actually be a really powerful pirate team. Currently, they're a bit underwhelming in Arena, but this could be the change that they really need. Speaking of sets, they're adding 5 new sets, including the 4 sets that are currently in the game but locked. And then they're adding a 5th one called the Lego House, which is going to work with costumed figures. I think the only costumed ones we currently have in the game are Cactus Girl, Chicken Suit Guy, and the Hot Dog Guy. I don't think there's any others, but there are a lot that they haven't added to the game yet. So there's a lot of potential for that team to be pretty fun. I don't think that's going to be meta or anything, but it's nice to just get more teams, especially with the new Brickspedition mode coming up, where we're going to need multiple teams of characters, which, by the way, they didn't talk about in this update, so I don't think that's coming with global launch. Brickspedition will probably be a month or 2 down the road. I think what they're trying to do is do a lot of reworks and stuff and balance changes in this update for global launch, and then kind of monitor those changes over the next month. And then once they kind of have that dialed in, then they'll release Brickspedition. But I'm definitely looking forward to that. I think the most important set here to take note of is the Ice Glider set and this ability right here, which unlocks at 5 stars. But basically, it's going to refresh that ability on Aurora, where she can revive someone. So that's kind of making me think that Lloyd, Aurora, and Yuppie with the Ice Glider set is going to become meta. Also, Yuppie is becoming farmable in this next update, which is great. But I've got a feeling that that team will become meta because Aurora under that set is going to be very, very dangerous because she's just going to be reviving everyone left and right. And then, of course, Yuppie also has a revive mechanic, and Lloyd has all that dodging. Speaking of Lloyd's dodging, they're not going to be nerfing him in this update, which is a bit strange since they're nerfing a lot of characters, but not him. They did talk about how they plan to do a full Ninjago rework coming at some point in the future, which makes me think that they're working on a full Ninjago team, because why not just rework Lloyd now? Well, maybe in their abilities they want to rework it so that it mentions a character that isn't currently in the game. Like if they add Cole or Jay, maybe one of Lloyd's abilities would be changed to say, if Jay is an active hero, then blah blah blah. I don't know, that's just speculation, but that might be what they're thinking, and maybe they'll even add a Ninjago set, probably the Destiny's Bounty, and then maybe Master Wu will become farmable. And we might even get a Ninjago Master event. That would be awesome, maybe for the Golden Ninja or something. Although now that I say that, the Officer Primo event, he's city, but he required castle. So if they did do a Ninjago Master event, it would probably require a different faction, maybe like pirates or something. I don't know, but either way, I'm just kind of working on all my characters, trying to get them up to 5 stars. For whatever master events they might eventually be needed for. In addition to all of that, they're going to be rearranging the farming locations of a lot of characters and also adding some new ones like Yuppie. Something worth noting is that Zane is going to be no longer farmable from a node, only from the mashup store, so still a relatively quick farm, but not quite as lightning fast as he was before. I think I got him to 7 stars in less than 50 days, which is kind of crazy. And also Aurora is going to have more nodes. She is underrated. She is very, very powerful, as I talked about earlier. And with that set, I think she, Yuppie, and Zane, or she, Yuppie, and Lloyd, I think that's going to be a solid team right there. So that's pretty much going to do it for this video. I want to keep this kind of concise and not talk about too many of the changes, since it is a bit overwhelming, but a lot of good stuff is coming. I, for one, can't wait for Brickspedition and eventually guild raids and whatnot. So it's nice to actually get some more fleshed out teams to eventually use in those events. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching.